How's it going, guys? So, like I stated in my previous video, I'm gearing up for that Attack on Titan Season 2 premiere, which is coming out on April 1st this year, this upcoming spring. So what better way to gear up for the Season 2 hype than to actually go back and revisit Attack on Titan Season 1. Now, I just got done rewatching the first episode, and this is going to be my review of Episode 1. I took down a few notes, and yes, I did watch it subbed, because when Season 2 comes around, it's going to be coming around first in subbed, and I want to watch it as soon as it comes out. So what better way to get back into it than to watch the sub version of Attack on Titan. So now, Episode 1 delves into, it explains the whole world that we're living in Attack on Titan. It introduces us to the main characters that we're going to be following, that is Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. But it also lets us know this is a darker show than what typical shonen shows tend to be. I know this technically isn't technically shonen, but usually the popular shows that get popular, like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece, they tend to be, happy-go-lucky. They have darker themes here and there, but this one, right out of the gate, goes from zero to fucked up real quick. But I want to backtrack before we get to the whole shit gets real part and talk about the peaceful times of this episode, because it starts off pretty low-key. It introduces us to the world that is Attack on Titan. It's the year 845, and these people, this population of humans, live within these walls. They're caged off from the outside world, and they're basically caged in because they want to keep these titans, these naked-ass humans that are gigantic. They're not really humans. They're more like humanoids, but they're not really speak, or they just eat people. So to stay away from this threat that is either dwindling the population of the human race, they cage themselves off in these walls, and it's to keep these titans at bay. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I'd be scared shitless if I saw a giant naked person coming to eat me. That's just me, and it's just watching their expressions and the faces, and even if you look at the thumbnail of this video, the smiling titan is fucking scary as shit. That's the thing of nightmares. That's nightmare fuel right there. Seeing that stare back at you and then coming to eat you. But the show basically shows us a world that is medieval but yet industrial at the same time. And when you look at the clothing, the architecture, it's very medieval. It has a very 11th century feel to it, but yet they have the technology, these 3D maneuver gear that we see the Survey Corps, their form of army use. Very Spider-Man-like. It's very cool, and it separates itself from other shows, which is very nice. Even the tone of the show is very darker. It's very bleak. It seems like there's a grim of hope with our main character Eren, but overall everyone's down in the dumps. They're just shit. We live in a shitty time. This absolutely sucks. People are dying left and right, and they just overall can't catch a break, and they're just caged off. And it's just well, this is our life now. Although I do want to take a moment to just give praise to the overall music of the show. The music for this show is very epic. It has a very epic scale to it, and it fits the show perfectly. It fits the tone, fits the animation, and also the opening. Oh man, the opening to Season 1, the first opening of Attack on Titan is it's so catchy. It gets you right into the show. It gets you hyped. It gets you just yes, I can't wait to start this episode. I can't wait to get back into this depressing world. But like I stated in my previous video, Linked Horizon is actually coming back for Season 2. So it's nice to know that they're keeping this band around to do the openings for this show, which is very nice to see. But what's interesting to note too is that in the very beginning, when Eren is having this dream sequence, it seems to tell future events, because it shows flashes to either teddy bear, some royal garbs and garments, but it also shows the events that happened at the end of this episode when Eren's mother gets eaten by that smiling titan. So I really want to know if we delve into that at all, because that was really unexplained within the whole series of Attack on Titan. But going back and rewatching it, I'm there was this future dream sequence that Eren had. So I wonder if there's any correlation to what's going to be revealed later on in the series. And also, the main mystery of this overall series is that bloody ass basement. What's in the basement? What is down there? And I really hope that in Season 2 we finally get an answer to that age-old question that Season 1 didn't really have an answer to. So I really hope that gets delved into in the upcoming season as well. But we get introduced to Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, our three main characters that we're going to be following throughout this whole story. Eren is that gung-ho character that wants to, go into the Survey Corps. He wants to join the military and fight back these titans, because him, along with Armin, have this dream of going and seeing the outside world. When you live in a cage for so long, and you just it's that curiosity factor. It's what is beyond the walls that we live in? And that is just human nature in itself. When you're kept in a certain area and you're forbidden from going into an outside world, into a domain that you're unfamiliar with, and they're telling you no, you can't go out there. Human curiosity overtakes people sometimes. It's no, why can't we go out there? You start to ask yourself questions. It's we should be the ones being able to live freely. We shouldn't be able to live like cattle. We should be able to go into the outside world, not be able to fear for our lives, and being able to just enjoy life to the fullest. But one thing I did pick up throughout this episode, and it's like a theme, I think, for at least the beginning half, and it really shows when shit gets real, is that peace breeds laziness. It means that you're unprepared for, like, when shit gets real, you don't know what to do. And it really shows within this episode, because you have Hannes, like, he's a part of the Survey Corps, he looks after the walls, and he has a conversation with Eren at the beginning, and it kind of just shows that these guys just guard the walls and they just drink on the job. And he has a good line, I'm not going to quote it exactly, but he basically says, if people are demanding of us, saying that we're lazy and that we don't do our jobs right, and we're not really, like, you know, we're like freeloaders in a way, then we're doing our jobs right, because they're at peace. That means we don't really have anything to do. We're keeping the peace, and that's all that matters. But if shit gets real, just like it does in this episode, it goes to show that they're not able to answer the call. They're scared shitless, and that really shows by the end of this, because when shit goes down, when this colossal titan shows up, oh man, the carnage that ensues, man, people die left and right. And that's where it kind of shows that, like, this show is going to be a lot different from other shows, because it shows people getting crushed by rocks, people have their limbs flying off, people are getting crushed left and right. And then when Eren and Mikasa get back to their house to rescue their mom, and this smiling titan is coming for them, and it's like right around the corner, Hannes, however you want to say it, shows up to try to save them. But as soon as he looks into the eyes of that titan, he realizes that, shit, I cannot do anything against this titan. He's scared shitless, and the training on all the peace that he was enjoying has not prepared him for this, which is why he puts his swords back in their sheaths, and he goes back for Eren and Mikasa, goes away, and he leaves Eren's mother to die. But not only that, like, the fact that Eren had to watch his mother basically get ripped apart and watch that titan eat his own mother, and it kind of just showed it within the episode too, is that Mikasa turned away while Eren continued to look. And that's definitely fuel, as it shows later on in the season, that's fuel for him to go after these titans, because this is a vendetta for him. This is revenge now, because they took his life away from him, and not only that, they took his mother away from him. And anyone who like has a good relationship with their mother, if that happened to your mom, like, I think you would be hellbent. I know I would be hellbent on destroying every last titan if they took my mother away from me. And I love the imagery, and the animation within this episode is very cool. It's very distinct. It's an Attack on Titan animation feel, which I absolutely love. But the part where the smiling titan basically crunches down on Eren's mom, and then the blood starts, like, spewing out, kind of like rose petals falling in the wind. It's very beautiful but morbid at the same time. But it has a very good imagery to it, and I absolutely love it. It just goes to show the tone and the dark atmosphere that this show has, and I really can't wait to delve into the rest of the season, revisit it all, and then just overall get hyped again to see where this story's going to go later on in the season. But overall, guys, if you guys have not checked out this series yet, I definitely would say check it out and follow along with me, so that way we can get a conversation going. And for all of you that have already seen the show, revisit it with me. We can go back and forth talking in the comments, because I want to hear from you guys right now. In the comments down below, how did you get introduced to Attack on Titan, the anime? I'm not talking about the manga. Like, when did you sit down, like, did you get introduced to it from a friend, kind of like how I was? Or did you just know about it from the manga and then just come and watch it from the anime? You guys can definitely look forward to my episode 2 review coming shortly. It will be out in a few days, but we're just gearing towards, we're just getting the train rolling, we're getting that hype train rolling for season 2 of Attack on Titan, and I really can't wait to get there. So if you guys are new to my channel and are catching my Attack on Titan review series, catching up to season 2, subscribe to my channel, and we can just get all hyped for Attack on Titan, just talking all about Attack on Titan and getting ready for that season 2 premiere coming April 1st. I really can't wait for it. But that's it for this review, guys. Look forward to episode 2, and in my episode 2 review, I'll talk with you guys then. All right, guys, see you later.